Hey guys, Marsing here, bringing another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video, and so today we are going to go through a quick rundown of all of the content and the missions that are coming up tomorrow with the continuation of the part 2 of this Daima Goku and Goma celebration. Now, it's a bit of a weird one. We mentioned it before when talking about these characters and like the banners coming out. I'm not really sure why they dropped Goma and then they dropped like one event with him. And then they saved everything else for this coming Tuesday, like a few days after he released. Not really sure why they did that. It's not something we usually see. We usually see them spam out like all the content at the same time, right? With the new unit coming out and then the banner dropping like at the same time as a bunch of other events all coming out together. So it's a bit of a weird one. I don't recall in recent time them dropping stuff like a couple of days after the banner instead of not just dropping it all at the same time as the banner itself. But it is what it is. That's what's going on. We've got the new content coming out tomorrow, so we've got a few extra things you can do. Obviously, if you're somebody who did still want to summon for Goma, there'll be a few more stones coming your way, although I would probably recommend at this point that the best idea is going to be saving for the anniversary, but obviously, you know, it is what it is, right? There's not going to be a huge amount of content, so we'll go over it all here and we'll go over the missions as well. So as we scroll down, obviously we got the banner came out, the banner released on the 13th. And then you can see here we now have the first thing that's going to be coming up is the burst mode for the Kid Gohan, the AGL Kid Gohan Dokkan event. So we know what the missions are for that, so we know the categories. Heavenly events and then revenge. And then other than that, it's your typical get your score up to a maximum of 6,000 points. So pretty straightforward. I will, as always, be doing a video going through these missions and getting the 6,000 points with both of the teams. So obviously keep an eye out for that one. You obviously only need to get the 6,000 points once, and it doesn't even technically need to be with these teams, right? You just have to beat it with those teams in order to get that mission done. So we'll see which one is worth the most points. Heavenly events is definitely a wonky category, but that'll be interesting to see. I do like burst modes. I think it's kind of fun, like setting the modifiers and then going for like seeing what kind of high score you can get. So I definitely think that burst modes are a good fun addition to the game that I kind of always look forward to seeing how far we can push some of these scores. We often have friendly competition in the Discord as well, so make sure you join the Discord. The link is down below. Join the community. But yeah, that'll be cool. Then we've got, as I say, the Red Zone Stage 3 begins on the 28th, which, I mean, as we go back up here, you can see the Goma banner is only out until the 28th, which is kind of interesting. But Stage 3, which obviously, I say obviously, presumably, will be against Tamagami number 1. That is coming out here on the 28th. So not really sure what that means. Does it mean the next Dokkan Fest is going to be Daima? I think that that is a pretty good possibility, although I have another interesting idea for what I think we could see as a Dokkan Fest, and that will be dropping as a video a little bit later on today, so keep an eye out for that one. But yeah, that's not dropping until the 28th. So another thing that we have coming tomorrow is the Intensifying Fights. So Intensifying Fights Stage 11. So this one we can see here, you start off fighting against the Gendarmerie Force, which is the weird Dokkan, like Daima version. I say Dokkan, the weird Daima version of the Ginyu Force. We don't know any of their abilities or anything yet, but you fight 5 of them at the same time, which is kind of crazy. And then we have different potentials here. You've got Third Eye Goma, this Third Eye Goma, and then Giant Goma. So I think what's most likely is you fight the Gendarmerie Force, then Phase 2 is going to be Third Eye Goma, and then depending on what you do in Phase 2, that will then determine whether you then fight the physical Third Eye Goma or you fight Giant Goma, because Giant Goma, it seems, is the true boss of the stage. Because if we take a look at the missions for the Intensifying Fights, clear Stage 11, defeat Giant Goma in Stage 11, and then clear with 6 demonic power characters. So the mission for the Intensifying Fight stage is always the true boss So this guy here will be the one that you fight last if you do the things correctly. But because there are 4 phases, or 4 potential phases, I think it's going to be a case of you do phase 1 and then you always go on to this int Third Eye Goma, and then depending what you do against him, you're either fighting the physical one, which means you haven't done it whatever it wanted you to do, or you have done it correctly and you fight the giant Goma as the final boss, and then that gets you all the missions. It's kind of interesting that having a 5-person fight at the start here, that'd be kind of fun. Like Demonic Power, the AoE Mangaboo could be interesting here. But yeah, intensifying fights. Not a ton of missions available from the missions. As you can see, you get like 5 stones per mission, 1 stone for beating the stage, so it's like 16 stones. But still, intensifying fights is one of those events. I really like this concept, and I wish they would do it for actual really difficult end game events, because I think some of these have been like way too easy before. Like, I'd love to see a red zone where it's like, even if it was hard all the way through, even if the optional like thing was hard, and then if you do the right thing, you fight the true boss, which could be like really hard, but then worth a mission that gives you like 30 stones or something. Like something like that would be really, really cool. But currently we only have it in this intensifying fights event, which usually is pretty easy, but obviously we will have to wait and see. The next big thing is the Extreme Super Battle Road Stage 77, which we know is going to be GT Heroes. We obviously know for the most part what the stages are, because obviously they're the same as the normal Super Battle Road stages. So we can look here and see, like, this is the normal GT Heroes Super Battle Road. Now, the only difference that you do have to keep in mind is that when it comes to Extreme Super Battle Road, sometimes they change the typing of the enemy. The enemy is still the same. So the first fight will still be against Super Baby 1, Possessed Gohan, Possessed Goten, and Possessed Trunks, but they might not be these typings, right? Then the second fight is against Super 17, and the third fight is against Sin Shenron, Ice Shenron, and Nova Shenron. Now, one thing that you can kind of see here straight away, considering this is the GT Heroes team, all the enemies in the first fight do Ki Blast super attacks, which means they will just absolutely be Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta victims. He can counter, like, he can sit happily in slot 1, counter every single one of their super attacks. Obviously, if you have AGL Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, the best team for this is just going to be double AGL Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta leads with the full 220 for GT Heroes. And it feels like recently some of them have been a little bit trickier, but like ESBR feels like it never really was power tuned to like 200% leads, let alone 220 leads. So if you're coming in with double 220 AGL Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, chances are you are just going to absolutely destroy this stage. So yeah, that should certainly be an interesting run through. But GT Heroes going to be a very strong team, even if you don't have your own Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, right? Obviously you'll be using a Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta friend, and then this should be pretty straightforward, I would say. And then the mission, obviously for ESBR, there is just the one mission, beat the stage, which gives you a bunch of these skill orbs, the Victory's Light, or whatever the ESBR version is called, and then more of the medals towards easy-aing the support memory for the Android 18. We have actually had quite a few ESBR stages coming out recently, but we are still a fair few away. Let me just double check actually here. I'm going to look on I've got the game up on my phone. So I'm just going to look very quickly and see if I can see how many of the medals we actually have for that already. So if we go into support memory and then take a look at this one here, I don't think we can see. It's at level 2 currently. Yeah, we've got 9 out of 30 towards the next level. So we've still got quite a few to go, considering we get 4 each time. So this one is going to put us up to 13. Actually, maybe it's an odd number then, because if we're getting 13, that's weird. But yes, we're still a little ways away. It should really be stage 78, 79, and then 80 should be the one. So there should be another 3 stages worth. That would be, what, 12 more after this? So 16 in total. So why does it seem like I'm missing way more? Or am I looking at the wrong one? No, I don't think so. Either way, we will see. But yes, ESBR, pretty straightforward. GT Heroes, absolutely trash this with Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. And then I believe that is everything else, right? Yeah, we go back down into the part 1 stuff here. So basically ESBR, Intensifying Fights, and the Burst Mode coming out tomorrow. Tamagami 1 Red Zone Stage 3 won't be out until the 28th. Very interesting to see what that means in terms of, because I think the next Dokkan Fest release is going to be the 27th, because things have been coming out on Thursdays for the last couple of weeks now. Thursday the 27th is next week, and obviously last year we've gotten the end of November Dokkan Fest on like the 30th, so it's close enough, right? This year with the shift in like the schedules and things, things have been coming out like a couple of days either side of where they have come out in previous years. So if I could see the next Dokkan Fest, I mean, obviously with the event scheduled in the news to be coming out on the 28th, there is of course the possibility that the next Dokkan Fest is just coming out on the 28th as well. So I guess it depends, but we will see how it pans out. But in terms of the stuff coming out tomorrow, that's what we've got. And yeah, I guess we will have to wait and see. So those are the things coming out tomorrow. Let me know what you guys think. What are you most looking forward to? What are the events that you think will be the most fun? Are you going to be going for setting a high score in burst mode, or is it something you just go in and get your 6,000 points and then duck out straight away? I know a lot of people do that, but like I say, some people in the Discord, we like to do some high scores and see what we can get to. So if you want to join in as part of that and send screenshots in the Discord, do feel free to join the community. So let me know what you guys think. That is going to be it for the video. This has been the Master Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out the links down below, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.